A couple of weeks ago I made the video where I talked about my collecting goals for 2021, and it basically was the PlayStation 4. Since the PS5 is out, the prices are going to drop. I already seeing games dropping their prices. So I figured this year is going to be the year I'm going to get most collecting wise, most for the PS4. However, a couple of weeks ago, Sony announced that the PlayStation 3, Vita and PSP stores are going to be closed down, and with the KeyMass battery issue that you can check out Google if you don't know what that is, it kind of spurred me into sort of like a modern gaming depression. And I didn't play a single game for a couple of days up until I figured, hey, didn't I always want to play Suikoden 2? Don't I have that on my PS3? And I started playing that game and playing and playing and playing. And 2.5 weeks later, I finally beat Suikoden 2 for the first time. What a fantastic game. And that sort of got me into thinking maybe I should invest more in older games. The prices are going up and I don't want to be in 10 years from now where I have to pay, I don't know, Suikoden 2 for $1,000 instead of $200. So as you know, I got the original Xbox with a lot of games pretty cheap. I got the Xbox 360 with a lot of games pretty cheap. I bought Suikoden 5. I'm actually playing that game at the moment, one of the two main games that I have at the moment. So collecting wise, something has definitely changed. This is not just something that, you know, sometimes I play retro gaming games for like an hour, or I play for like a day or a weekend. No, it's been more than a month now and I'm still investing, still playing retro stuff and absolutely loving it. To be completely honest, with all the games I have on my PS4, and there are certainly games that I still haven't played, I look at it and I just don't see a main game. I don't see a single game that could rival Suikoden 5 in terms of how much I want to play it. There is a package from Limited Run coming up that has Chasm in it, and that's like a Metrovania game. That is one of the first games that I kind of want to play. And Nier Replicant is like, maybe we're going to pick that game up next month. And that will probably be the first modern PS4 game that I am going to play. However, collecting wise, the PS4 is not going to be the #1 system. At least it's not going to be 100% for PS4. I'm going to try and balance it out a little bit, retro stuff and a little bit PS4 stuff. But I do think something changed, and I do honestly feel that I will be playing older games a lot more. Talking about older games, yesterday I actually picked up a couple of Japanese imports and one game that I got really cheap. It was like a 10 minutes drive from here. And the game that I wanted the most, and from the sunlight I hope you can see the box art, but it's going to be, it's Wild Arms 3. This game is slowly getting more and more expensive. I remember years ago that I got this for really cheap. In 2011 I had a really big depression, sold a huge amount of my games. One of those was Wild Arms 3, and he had it on sale for 20 bucks. I'm like, that's a reasonable price. 20 bucks is not that expensive. However, I always look, when I see a certain games, I always look at the user or the seller to see if he has more games. And damn, he had a whole stack of Japanese imports, and some of them were cheap and some of them were kind of a little bit too expensive. So I figured, you know what, I'm going to make a list of the games that I want. It came out at 75 euros, and I said for 50 euros I'm going to pick up these games right now. And he said okay. So basically I got this game extremely cheap, because again, 20 bucks, and these games were also more expensive than that. So I got Armored Core Another Age. Now, of course, it has a retail release, but look how cool it looks. I got another RPG. I have no idea what it is. It just looked cool. Again, from the Simple 2000 series, I have no idea what this is. Well, it looks cool. And this one is like, holy damn, I want this for my collection, but secretly I also want to try it out. It was 10 bucks, Dragon Quest V. The box art looks so cool. I don't even know if Dragon Quest V ever came out in the West, but in Japan, of course, it did. And this guy was definitely a collector. Most of it, basically everything, is in incredible good condition. Hopefully the sunlight isn't destroying your view. However, there was one game that I was like, why is this so cheap? Tales of Destiny 2, the Japanese version, I have no idea again if there's a European or American version, was 2 bucks. I'm like, isn't this game more expensive than 2 bucks? So when I got the games, I always check them out, and bam, there is no backside. So there's a spine, there's a front, but there's no backside. Who the hell cuts out the backside? It is so weird. And this is not like a fake printed copy. It is a original box art for Tales of Destiny 2. It's just someone cut out the back. It's really weird. And another game that I think I have on the PSP, but it looked so cool, was Generation of Chaos 3. So it's been a while since I actually gotten some Japanese imports, especially on PS2. There were so many good PS1 and PS2 games, and some PS3 games that never left Japan. So that is kind of what I wanted to make for this video, that my collecting goals has changed a little bit, and of course what type of games I'm going to play and on which system has changed. In terms of the PlayStation 5, I have no rush to get the PS5. I don't feel like I need the system. I don't feel that I want the system. Yes, Returnal does seem really cool, and I kind of do want to play Ratchet & Clank, but my next goal is maybe at the end of this year, or else in like the spring of next year, when hopefully it's also readily available and a lot of these games will be cheaper, because I'm definitely not going to spend 70 or 80 bucks on a modern game that has 20 gigabytes of downloads. Hell no. So leave it in the comments below. Do you still play retro games? If so, which games are you playing? And like, share, comment, and subscribe. But like always, you're going to see me next time. And next time is going to be really, really soon, because I'm actually going to make a video after this one.